God. Oh.
Ayo. Hi. Okay, what's the tea?
There we go. Yeah. That was a yawn. Sorry.
It do be like that. I know I'm exhausting, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just I'm tired from intellectually outpacing you. All right, like
God,
it's pretty.
fuck. You got me. My
Yeah.
tiny femoid brain cannot compute.
I mean, if you weren't gonna say
Jesus,
it.
it's like 1 a.m. here as well. So I am
Oh, okay.
actually operating on like a fucking smooth brain take.
So after berating me for being tired, now you are going to
Well,
start
it is
coping about how
1
tired
a.m.
you
here, to
are.
be fair. Like, it's what? It's probably like
Whoa,
2 p.m. in America land. Like,
1 a.m. 1 a.m. Interesting.
1
I've
a.m.
also heard of
Do
1
your
a.m.
best British accent. That was pathetic. Say like British. British.
British water bottle.
No one sounds like that. Nobody in the USA.
British. None of y'all can pronounce T, all right? It's fucking amazing that your country loves it so much, but you took it out of your fucking like syllables.
Okay, tea.
I don't believe you.
Tea.
No, this
Tea.
sounds like cope.
No, it's tea.
You're, you're lying to me.
It's tea. Drink the fucking
It's
tea,
like
Hans. Take a sip of the Kool-Aid
no.
tea. Okay?
Is it just like things in the center? Because I've seen war and then I've heard British. So why can you say T and T but like not in anything else? Like
I don't know. I don't think this is a British issue. I think it's an American issue because British is what is being bastardized here. Well,
I
English.
am. If I was gonna say like oh the language is British, I was unaware of
We
that. I thought
speak
it
the
was
British language.
no we don't. All right, we speak American. All right. You were intellectually outpaced as a nation. Cope and seethe.
No,
All
the
right.
only thing I will concede that is a good thing America did was how they changed aluminium to aluminum. Like that sounds so much cooler. Like I want to say aluminum, but no one in the UK. Not that I ever. When am I talking about aluminium? Like ever, realistically.
Aluminium, aluminium, alumini,
Aluminium.
aluminum, aluminum,
Aluminium. It's not that
ala,
hard.
aluminum,
Aluminum.
aluminulala,
Ah, yes.
alumin,
That
alum,
famous comma.
zaboomafu.
Christ.
Um, I will not stop being terrible to British people. All right, I can't. It's part of my
We're becoming an oppressed group on this platform. We are
Oh,
the Britbongers. Every time there's a Britbonger appears, it's like, Britbonger! Look! One in the wild has
like we
made its way
found
onto
one.
Twitch. It's like a fucking rare Pokemon. Honestly, it
It's
is.
like
As a fellow British person, like, coming across another Brit on here is, like, difficult. Like, everybody is from America.
aluminium, aluminium.
Aluminium.
Some of my chats it sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Like it actually does though.
When you say it, you put so much
Aluminium,
stress on it that it does. But
aluminium,
normally, aluminum.
aluminium,
How do you say it normally?
aluminum.
Yeah, like that is so much nicer. Like I want to say it like that.
You can. No one's stopping you. All right,
Yes,
except your
no,
own.
who's gonna understand that in British? Who's gonna understand that? Nobody.
I don't.
Then I'm
Nobody.
not talking about aluminum or aluminium on the regular basis. But
Also,
when
like
I
while I'm bullying you,
am, I want to change it.
why can't British people like pronounce a sounds like water?
Water. How do you say
Your
it?
water.
I cannot.
Our
I
our A's are
cannot. The
O's. Your A's
audacity. The
your A's are
gumption.
like O's. Yeah, yeah. We say it like I say when I say water, it's like ah. You go like water, war. It's like
Okay,
you're fucking like Waluigi over there. Water. Like
Waluigi. Jesus Christ, I haven't heard
you
that
say like,
comparison before.
water.
Water. Like
I
I'm
will.
getting some water bottle. I got my water bottle right here.
like you're making
My
fun of me. That's the first time you pronounce the T in water since I've gotten here. So
water.
Water.
Water,
What a bottle.
water,
I'm I'm watering some
water,
bottles.
water? That sounds like too formal. Like, I'm never talking about
Please,
water.
water is my father. I'm water. All right, like
Water, water, water. If I ever start
what's that?
talking like that, just shoot me. Something has gone seriously wrong.
What do you mean?
I don't want to say water. That just sounds so ridiculous.
Oof.
Sounds
Feels
like
like
I'm
Coke.
trying to be American, and that's embarrassing. If I ever stoop to that
Oof.
level, like, God help me, just put me down, not my misery.
No,
Please, I
no.
beg
You're,
you.
you're you you say that you don't want to be American, but you're talking to Americans right now. See,
I
curious, all
can't
right?
get
Like
rid of them, they're everywhere. And you're talking to a British
intellectually.
person, so
Oh,
makes you wonder.
I have
Yeah, yeah,
American
okay,
options, all
keep
right?
keep talking. Keep
We
talking.
are not the same. You literally are calling into my fucking stream, all right? Like we are
Mm.
not the same.
I mean,
Like
technically,
what's
yes. But you did
what's up?
choose to
What's
drag me
up?
in
What's
here.
you were next in line. What's up, Orbiter?
What the
Like
Okay. Fuck. You got me on that one, okay? I'll allow it. Listen, alright. The tea is. Okay. On a serious level, right? It's all fucking kicking off again. Another shock to the system, obviously, is that there's a lot of drama in this community.
yeah, oh, did you think there wasn't? Like, is this some kind of like, is this like a shock, or are you just
I
commenting
need
on
to
it
sit
existing?
down. I need to get like a hot water bottle. I'm not feeling well. Like it's really knocked me side. No, I'm kind of used to it at this point.
All
However,
right. You realize this is an anti-drama stream, right? I have drama bad in the title of my stream.
yeah, we're not gonna. I'm not starting drama. I'm trying to find a solution for the drama. Okay.
Um, s- some people are just terrible and need to change their behavior, or they need to leave the platform. And I'm not saying they need to be kicked off or banned, but like if they're not changing their behavior, like nothing's going to change. So like a lot of the people who are like doing this and like they're members of communities that actively encourage this kind of behavior. So it's just not going to change. Like that's just like the sad facts.
Yeah, like this is the thing I've been thinking about recently, and I think since like the Anna Frill stuff, like I've been thinking a lot about how do we police. I don't want to say police because that sounds really harsh, but like how do we moderate and
You
reduce
you
harm to people's mental health? Like
you
I
can't. They try to do this for months. They try to set up like a system of like arbitration
hmm
to help with it, and no one fucking gave a shit. All right, no one wants to do it. No one wants to give up that kind of autonomy. Because here's the thing, right? It only really benefits smaller streamers compared to bigger streamers. Because like if I'm fucking like a big streamer, right, and I participate in sending my people after people, demon Malakov, right? Why the fuck would I ever want to like open myself up to arbitration when I can just like stay in my community, throw hammers, cry bully about like people attacking me, and just like sit there till the end of time? Like there's literally no reason why it's not superior for them to do that as a strategy because like they're giving up so much power like as a large creator doing that. It only benefits small creators, and if you're trying to get buy-in in a system, you you need the big fish because if it's just a bunch of small streamers, okay, yeah, what like the isolated colonies of like 5 viewer Andys are gonna like make someone with hundreds of viewers like fucking listen to them? No, they're not. No one's gonna give a fuck. Like so, that's like
oh,
one
hit
main
me where it
problem.
hurts. My 5 year anti self down.
No, I love my 5 viewer Annies. All right, like I got nothing against y'all. I'm just trying to tell you like why it's not going to work.
No,
Like this platform's like it's never going to get fixed. Like I'm sorry, like full black pill. Like the only thing you can do is like call out bad actors when they do bad things, and then try and then I would say like do what I do is like just completely police the fuck out of your community to make sure that like people don't do like insane shit. Like that's essentially all you can do.
I
If
don't
you
think I'm as black pilled as you. Like, I feel like there would be a way to do it, but it requires a lot of like top down involvement, and I think that needs to be just enforced by the platform. It can't be enforced like it needs to be carried through by creators, but I think the platform Twitch needs to regulate that and see where people are directing abuse and see like objectively, not just because they've been granted access to see if they're doing that. But like, I don't know.
Sounds
Like,
fun.
surely you
Like
have to hold the creators to account at some level. Like,
it's very difficult because like that requires a lot of like personal like reviewing of stuff, and a lot of times some of these things are messy, right? Like RGR technically did insinuate like that some of the arguments that say like person X made like were similar arguments used like by say pedophiles, right? In the same way that
mm,
like when Vosh is arguing with someone, he'll say, "Oh, you're not a fascist, but you're making arguments that are used by Ben Shapiro or like fascists, right?"
yeah.
So it's like so the amount of manpower it would take for them to do that inside communities is so high that I cannot like see any justifiable way like for that to happen. It's impossible. I can't comprehend a time where that is going to like matter because right now it just does not. And again, like that's like a black pill meme. Like it's 100% correct. There's no way for the platform to do this in a cost-effective way, so they're not going to do it. Big creators do not want to give up their power, so they're not going to do it. And then small creators have no pull because we're not making anyone any fucking money. So like there's everything about the platform is incentivized to make sure that this doesn't happen. And like and you see like certain double standards, right? Like how like Anna is like harassing the fuck out of Destiny and nothing fucking happens. Like it is absolutely like a problem in terms. Oh fuck! One health left.
But you
Ooh,
would think
Andy.
like that would
Oh,
be pretty easy for the platform to see and do something about. That's what I don't understand. Like, it is,
well,
it's
a
pretty
lot of things.
evident, you know, like that she's
No,
not.
no, it's not. Because here's the thing, right? You got a lady like complaining about abuse, and there's a man who could potentially be abusing her, and you just have this shit over and over and over again. Like it's not. That part does not change. Like there's no method, there's no strat that will suddenly get Twitch politics caring about this. It is like sorry, like just sorry, Twitch caring about this because like there are always quote unquote two sides to every story, and unless it's like really cut and dry, it's really fucking hard and arduous to determine who is in the quote unquote right. And Twitch does not have like does not is not willing to give the energy and effort to fix that. And like at this point, I don't expect it
I do,
whatsoever.
yeah, like I kind of, I agree with you that like actually finding out who's like the guilty party or at least who is culpable for the blame is very difficult because that's off Twitch. Like that's personal stuff that no one knows. But I think what could be regulated, like it is on other platforms, if you like are extremely emotionally distressed, I don't think you should be platformed because I feel like it's harmful to yourself and it can be triggering to viewers. And I feel like Twitch have a responsibility to like moderate that exposure. Like when I saw Anna on John Zirka's panel, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
Zerka.
that's like fucked up that that went on. Like that's fucked. And I think that like she should have been removed first. We should never should have fucking been on there. But
No,
then
there's no way because here's part of why, right? Like there's some good streamers that won't like view that, and some was like I was on that panel that night before like Destiny hopped on and became like a monster shit show, and I told her log off,
yeah, yeah.
and she would not leave because
Well,
and here's
that's
part of the
why
thing,
I
right?
think Twitch need to do it. Like I don't like I
Oh,
don't
okay, but then here,
understand.
okay, then like again, at what point do you say someone is like so emotionally like broken that they have to be pushed off? But again, a lot of these people, one, streaming can be a very mentally taxing job. It's not a physically hard job, right? Because we're fucking sitting in a chair all day. But it can be mentally taxing, and a lot of streamers have fucking terrible mental health. It's a fucking terrible like job for mental health because you're constantly online, you're constantly looking at your fucking face, you're constantly like potentially seeing like people like shit talk you. It's not a fun like mental environment for like most people unless they have like a really good community. So like what you're suggesting, streamers would never accept it and streamers won't do it themselves because the majority of streamers, that's content, that's drama. That's like what people want to see. So everything that you said like that like that's for a human reason why something is good and why we should do it, like there are direct incentives against like doing it that way for that reason and we are never going to escape those.
But I also think that if you work in any other kind of workplace, like you have HR for this reason and you regulate people's mental health. You want people's mental health to be at the best it can be, because then they can be the best, most productive worker. And then they're going to make the most
Mo-
money for Twitch. So it makes sense to deplatform people when they're extremely emotionally distressed and give them, like, I don't know what they would. It's very hard because, like, everybody lives in different places. The resources available are going to be very different. But these things can be done. Like, it's not impossible to regulate. And I think, like, if somebody's like crying their eyes out, like, or in a rage or something, like, it makes sense to take them down. And that to me is pretty cut and dry.
here's the thing, right? Like you're talking about potentially removing people's income, so a lot of streamers won't do it, even if it's like mentally taxing. The most you could potentially see from this is them having like an active mental health service on Twitch,
Well, I
right?
think that would
Like
be a step. Like, that would definitely be a step.
that's the only thing because they still want if you're crying your eyes out, that gets views. If you're fighting with someone over drama and you're fucking crying, that gets views. People love those fucking arcs, like whether it's drama streamers, whether it's regular streamers. Like you're going to cut up, like, again, this is reality TV the same way that our parents watched it, for fucking children. So it's like there's no way that they're going to do this, because by like cutting streamers off, they're especially the bigger ones who have a lot of these like breakdowns and stuff, that's cutting off money. That's cutting off content. They're not going to do that. I, again, like, just like, so everyone like his watches, like, I sound like a fucking sociopath right now. I am being descriptive, not prescriptive. They should do like most things that Janie is suggesting, but that's not going to fucking happen. And like I am 1,000% black pilled on that.
But I
There's
disagree,
no
because I think if people are in really bad, like in a very bad emotional distress place, they're more likely to burn out and they're less likely to stream, and that's going to make less money for Twitch. So Twitch has every incentive to make sure that its workers, aka the big streamers, and well, every streamer really, that's making money for the platform, is the best they can be. I think a good way to do it would be to partner with charities that provide like online mental health support, like BetterHelp, but like not BetterHelp because that's shit. But like there are quite a few that do provide that, and that would make sense. Like, that would
I
be a
get you.
good solution to it.
I understand, but like what you're talking about, like removing the Twitch streamers, they will not do that. Like again, the platform might do what you say and like, oh hey, get them like potential like counselors and help, but they will not cut people off because someone cried on a stream. Like that's good content. Like and there's they're not going to do that. And you're talking about like long term health. They don't care what state you're in. They just want you to keep streaming. And like again, like most companies, like the talent rolls. There's a million people who could be big streamers. There's a million like things. I do not think they care. I like again like complete full void pill. They don't give a fuck about streamers. All right,
But I feel
like
like
because there's
this is the
all
case in like every, like almost every big corporate workplace. Like, they don't give a shit realistically on like a personal level. They don't care. But like, to make the most productive worker, they have to care. And they that's why they
if there's
have an incentive to, because like, how many
they're always
streamers in our community have been out and just taken like months off and made no money whatsoever? Like, that's
there are
happened quite
all
a lot.
but there are always more people who are willing to do that, who are willing to put themselves in that environment. There is always another person who wants to be a streamer. Like streaming is literally like it's so fun. A lot of people do it for free, right? I lose money streaming, like when I pay like my YouTube people and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Like a lot of people do this for fun. This is like the most fun, probably the most fun job on like in the world. Like they we're talking about like like labor shortages. Like, oh, we want to keep our workers like healthy and happy, so we don't have to worry about like turnover. They don't give a shit, and there's always new stars like rising. So it doesn't fucking matter if one person they will burn you to the ground, because then there's going to be the next person, probably
There's
the
some
person who
black pill degree doomerism.
no, like I'm just being honest. Like there's no fucking way people actually give a shit. Like I'm like again like I'm really sorry. It's just not like they there's no fucking way they do.
I don't think they care. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think they care that like people are suffering. Like, I do. At the end of the day, like, I'm thinking of this from like a profit, like, motive perspective. I'm not thinking about it from like a,
You're thinking about it as a long
humanistic
term investment.
perspective.
Well, but if Twitch like anyone else is like just one, I don't think Twitch is actually making a shit ton of money right now. I'm like like I'm fairly certain like a lot of their servers, they like a lot of money they spend is just like keeping servers open. Like because like if you're a small streamer, right, you're not fucking making any money, right? The amount of like web space you're using, like 90 like plus % of streamers on Twitch are all like one viewer Andes. Like you are already like in like the 5%, Janie, by being a 5 viewer Andy. So
Ah,
it's like,
yes, my
well,
5 viewers
yeah,
love me very much.
yeah, Twitch loses money. They're just trying to like achieve like platform superiority at this point, like right now. They're just trying to like get more market share. That's entirely the move right now. There's no like grand we have to need to take care of people because like they might be like treat like be bad or like go off the wall or something. It's like no, they don't give a shit. Like they don't because they don't need to. Because there's always more people willing to fill in the gap. Think about it, if someone breaks down over drama, guess who's going to go to next, right? If someone quits, oh, like Pokimane is quitting. Oh gosh, we should probably check out Pokimane's friends to make sure that Pokimane's okay. Like it's just gonna keep fucking cycling because they don't need to give a shit about it. Like and until like there's like an incentive because right now the amount of like you're thinking of like a long term as if these are like prize horses or like prize like dairy cows that will give milk for like 20 years. Like some of these people could burn out even if you give them fucking mental health help in like in like 2 years in a couple months. Like them investing a shit ton of psychologists like might not be worth it in like the grand scheme of things.
Well, to be
And even if
fair,
they
I
had
don't
it,
think you would need. Okay, so if you were to provide mental health support online, a lot of it is. I mean, there are online programs that you can access through like the
I mean,
NHS,
I,
and
I
they're
mean, then
just
like why?
CBT. They're like 10 hours worth of work, and that is proven to be sustainable for like work burnout. And I can't like I understand Twitch is quite unique, but it is like freelance work, and I think there is a lot of like resources that would go quite a long way in like preventing burnout. I genuinely believe that it would be of the benefit of Twitch to do that. Like I
You
understand
might
the
do, but like
turnover is like extremely like they don't give a shit about like recruitment and retention.
yeah. So again, like
However,
it.
I think that like they have to care about the big streamers because otherwise I think a lot of people who watch like Twitch politics like the consistency of watching a particular streamer, and they'll like be like loyal to that streamer, and if that streamer like disappears off the platform they might not even use Twitch anymore. Like I know when I like first started watching Twitch I watched like two people for like over a year and I didn't watch anybody else. And when they weren't streaming, I was not on Twitch. And I think that like there are a lot of like people that want to watch certain people and that's why they tune in. Like maybe they see their
The
content on YouTube
I,
or something and then they go and
I know
check
what
out
you
that streamer.
I know what you mean, but like here's the thing, right? Like if you're only caring about the big streamers, like maybe like the top like 200, then you can handle those. There's no fucking reason for Twitch to give a fuck about any of the smaller streamers. Like absolutely none. Like no reason whatsoever. They don't have to give a single shit about any of the tiny
But you
streamers.
wouldn't be
They're
spending any more additional money if you set up online therapy, which was standardized and it was just distributed widely to streamers.
isn't I
I'm
don't
not talking like one-to-one support, like hands-on person to
I
person.
know I know, but like there's a lot of small streamers who also deal with this. And like I would say that there's probably gonna be like a shit ton of wait lines, a shit ton like I don't they're not gonna adequately invest in it. So why not just make it a secret program and say, oh hey, one of our big streamers is struggling, we have a contract with them. Just fucking give them help. Like a lot of the big streamers like have healthcare in their contracts. I'm like 90% sure. So they have health insurance. They can go see like help assistance if they need help. Like so like they don't need to care about that. You just put it as part of their fucking contract and keep it like away from the rest of us. Like you're asking them to take care of people who don't make them any fucking money, will probably never make them any fucking money, and like it's just not a big thing. So like again like oh yeah ask okay because like Chinchilla says this in my chat and I tend to agree with him. Like did Twitch even want like the politics section? Like with the exception of like Hassan and maybe Mike from PA and like Destiny, like who like do make like a good amount of money, I'd probably say they don't. Like It's a fucking liability.
But I
Like
mean,
unless you're above a
like, there
certain.
are a lot of different sections of Twitch that aren't making much money. And if you go on Twitch politics, like, there are a lot of people that are, like, 50 viewers or to 100 viewers. And, like, there's a lot of those people. I know they're not, like, massive, but they are making
Well,
money.
I'm one of those people. I know what you mean, but it's like, but like, are we though? Like I've like in my entire time streaming, right? I've made about probably $1,400 like from Twitch, like over a period of 9 months. I'm not sure that's worth
Mm.
the amount of like time, like space it takes for like them to like fucking run like my shit, you know?
Okay, but,
So
like, it's hard to explain, but you can get, like, there are websites where it's basically like standardized CBT, so cognitive behavioral therapy, and that's what I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking about, like, I'm thinking it could be like, I'm trying to remember because I had access to this through the NHS, and you had like a certain, you had to make like a username and password to get in, so you had to have like permission from a platform to use it, but it wasn't costing them anything to give me access to that because it was already set up. It would just
okay,
need to account for like
then
more people and like the server, like,
oh, okay, but that's different than what you were suggesting earlier about like stopping people's accounts. Like these are different like levels of things.
yeah, and I
Like if
would
you're
do
saying
that
like
too.
like it, again, like I don't think you're gonna get to the point where someone can say like, oh hey, we're doing a mental health like check in and stop someone from streaming unless like they're like I'm pretty sure like if you say you want to like Roblox yourself, like then they have to take you off. But like aside from that, like like there's no like justification. There's no real reason for them to do that. And again, like it just I don't think it'll make the money. Like everything, I don't think it's cost effective in the same way that you said. Like, and if it's so easy to go on, then like it's open right now, and people don't use those services. Like unless like because the Twitch is so decentralized, like what? So you're gonna like nuke someone's channel and say you can't stream until you go to 3 mandated therapy sessions, right? Is that like this? Is that like the strat?
Well, I don't think it would be like that. I think you would have to just remove like a particular stream if somebody is like clearly like the Zika panel, shut it down. Like fucking call time out. She should not have been on there. That shit was really fucked up, and that shit should have been taken
And
down.
she could have left anytime she wanted to, and she didn't. And she's a grown up like adult. Like so,
Yeah, and she's
I
clearly
don't.
not in her right mind though.
Yeah, I understand, but like she's not being institutionalized right now. So like unless you're gonna send Twitch to do that, like again, like you can try and report it through the Twitch system, but like it just doesn't exist. And like to
Well,
make it
that's
as
the thing. That's
robust
what I'm
as
saying. It needs to exist.
okay, but like it's not going to like, and that's why I'm blackpilling. I like again, like I'm
But
just
it
like honestly
can.
don't
Like,
like.
I feel like just being blackpilled
No,
on
it
this
can't,
is
Jamie.
so
Like there's
cynical.
no reason why they would. I'm. Oh, you just
Well,
didn't say.
number one would be productive workers, and number two would be PR. P fucking R. Like, it looks so bad when people see that shit. It makes Twitch look so bad. If she came off that platform and harmed herself and like Robloxed
You,
herself, like,
you realize some streamers have committed like
yeah, I
suicide, right?
know. And like, it's been really
And,
fucking serious.
yeah, but Twitch is still here. Guess what? Because still people still want to fucking be streamers. Like it doesn't fucking matter to the platform.
But I think this was different in that I was like somebody literally, if no, okay, if somebody like was actually on stream and like,
Like if they did it on stream, like you're asking for like the algorithm to be able to like recognize like someone getting rid of Roblox symbols and nuke the stream. That's impossible. Or you'd have to have people like literally just watching,
well,
like
I mean,
ready for that
like
to happen.
people, I mean, you get shit removed if you like use slurs and copyright material. I can't imagine it would be that much more difficult to pick up on like suicidality.
Like if someone says the word like suicide, then they'll just nuke my stream right now. So
Well, I
they need
feel
to
like it
honestly.
needs to be reviewed by like people.
How okay, but then JD, how can they review it fast enough for them to like to shut it down? Like that means you're talking about
Well, it would
that's
just
like
be the
hundreds of
same as
like
the
mans.
systems you have now for copyright. You would like, it would be automatically flagged and then you could appeal it.
And how can it be so sophisticated that it would stop it in like enough in time to like take that down before they can like commit Roblox, like without like having like some kind of assistance, out like nuking
Oh
other
shit,
people
my
who like
audio
might say
died.
the
One
word.
sec.
Like like, I, like Janie, like I appreciate your
Okay, we're
optimism,
back.
but like, and I'm not trying to be suggesting just doesn't. It's never gonna fucking happen.
I've waited.
Oh my god.
Topic on.
Okay, Casey, what do you want to talk about, buddy? Like, Janie and I are having a conversation right now, and she has a stream
Okay.
as well.
Short of hi Janie. Short of at least one medium-sized streamer Robloxing himself every month, Twitch will do absolutely none of the things that Janie wants them to do, even though those are good prescriptions and there needs to be some changes. Unless you have consistent outrage from the general public, and that means consistent streamers of a medium or small size, or streamers that are really young hurting themselves directly on stream, you will never see change with this because it's not in their interest to. It's too much money. It's not worth it. And that's super fucked up and terrible, but that's just the system that is right now.
But the thing is that we've literally just had a review and investigation into Facebook and Instagram for like self-harm content, and they are doing something about it. Like, they are doing more to flag that content, and the same should be able to be done on videos on Twitch and streams on Twitch.
But Twitch, it's happening right now.
Like, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's doable. They can do it now. Like, they can do that.
Yeah, but you're talking about, like, how many people stream on Twitch every day? How many people are streaming right now on Twitch in total?
I don't know, but like, how many people are posting on Instagram, but they're still managing to scan these things? Like, it's totally reasonable.
No, it takes hours.
Yeah, of course it does. But like, it takes hours to scan the stuff on Instagram.
And Janie, also, like, a lot of times when you do like a copyright thing on stream, it doesn't nuke your stream immediately. It just like turns the sound off afterwards. Like, it doesn't shut down the stream most of the time, like, unless you're like actually like streaming like a movie or something. Like, if I play copyrighted music, they're not going to nuke my stream. They're going to like cut that part of the stream out.
Even that would be an improvement on what we have now. Like, just if cutting out the part where
cutting out the part where the people die, is that like the improvement?
Well, no, but if somebody's like extremely emotionally distressed, it's not appropriate to show. Or is like talking about like wanting to, you know, harm themselves.
Like, yeah, there's no way.
I'm just not as black-pilled on this. Like, I feel like it is.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Like, until like people start dying in droves, they're not going to change. Like, there's no incentive for them to do so.
Yeah, and like I said, like, you're going to need consistent, tragic stories of like young kids or like medium-sized streamers that like have some like relevance in multiple areas of Twitch, like politics and gaming, for them to even want to start to have that conversation, because it's just so much more money to build that infrastructure. And should it be built? Yeah, of course. Is it going to?
It's not that much money, though. It really isn't. Like, what I'm talking about.
But every dollar that they put out is a dollar that is not, that they're taking from their profits. And, you know, unfortunately, profits are everything.
Honestly, I think it takes like one investigation, like on Panorama or something, to expose the shit that goes on behind the scenes. And I think they would be fucked PR-wise. Like, I think it will have to come to that to do it. But to say it's not doable is, it's just not true. Like, it's done on other social media platforms.
Twitch is not Instagram. Twitch is not Facebook. Twitch is at a lower level than those major apps still. And because of that, it's still kind of a niche kind of app. Thus, the broader public is still pretty, like, a lot of people, I'd say most people probably, are still generally unaware of Twitch. Unless you're, like, young, like under 35, you pretty much don't know what the fuck Twitch is. And so you probably don't care about it.
I do agree with that, but I think like Twitch is a growing platform, and I think as they grow,
but it's not growing fast enough to warrant that kind of response. Because, but hey, look, what could grow it? You know, a 13 to 15-year-old streamer gets really depressed after someone hate brigades her and they hurt themselves on stream. That could be a huge story. You know, but in order to get this, unfortunately, we're going to need to see really tragic, dark things happen on this platform, and yeah, it's a fucked up system, but that's just,
it's not, like, my argument isn't that they will do this, like, this is gonna happen. Like, I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Like I know, but if we're just whisk casting, like again, like it's just I'm sorry, like if you, I'll eat my words. Like I want you to be right and I want to be wrong, but like it's not gonna
I love
happen.
when I'm fucking wrong. Jesus Christ.
All I'm saying is
I
that
hate being right.
it's plausible and doable,
Mm,
and
I think you're wrong. I'm sorry.
Human
okay.
people are lazy and people are oftentimes incompetent.
Everybody on here is such a fucking doomer, honestly. I swear to God.
No no no
I
no
look,
no
I
no
live
no
in
no
the
no no
government.
no. Okay, I separate my doomer about like Twitch being like caring about the mental health of its people and like my general like optimism for life. All right,
Oh
like
man.
they're not the same thing. I'm a really happy guy IRL, but like Janie, like just like the
I'm
system
a
you
very
described,
angry
This is
motherfucker.
a bleak.
it's not gonna it's not gonna fucking happen. And I'm sorry. All right, like. And honestly, it's kind of depressing me talking about it because yeah, all the things you said, those would help, but we're not gonna get them. That's just how it is right now, and that's how it's gonna be. All right. Like if you want to like call Vice, like someone said in my chat, and like get them to investigate Twitch, and
They
like
would love that.
and have a fucking list of like everyone who has died, like because of like suicidality while being a streamer because of like just like the platform and how shitty things are. Like maybe you can get some legs there, but like until something like that happens, they're not gonna give a single fuck.
Whether they give a fuck or not is, yeah, not my argument. But, like, what I'm saying is that I think if they were exposed, they would. They can. They have the ability to provide
Even if they
support.
were exposed, they would just ride it out. Like,
No, they would
fuck, how many
have to
times
make
has
some
Facebook been
changes. Like, they would
Ugh,
have to.
they could
People
talk
have
about
already
it.
died. Let me Google this. Like how many streamers?
Yeah, like oh my god, like we saw this with Facebook. Facebook is literally has a Nazi problem. They literally let 98% of like anti not like somewhere that's really high to that number. 98% of the post flight for anti-Semitism stay up, and like that just Facebook just goes on continuing what they're doing. And that's like Facebook. Now Twitch is much smaller, but at the same time, because Twitch is much smaller, that means less people care. So
Mm.
you really have to get the majority of people who watch Twitch really, really fucking angry. And I'm sorry, like I love chat. I love the people that view us. I'm a viewer of Twitch. I don't think a lot of them like, they go to Twitch to escape. They don't want to be burdened with like problems of other streamers who they're not invested in. And that's really fucked up, but that's just like, we are selfish creatures. It's that simple.
Well, this is bleak.
Hey, whoa. That's just about Twitch. That's just about like the shit we do.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
most people care about other people.
I'm not sure what you were expecting, Janie. To be honest, like did you were expecting like to come in here like after like all the shit that's happened like in the last like 2 days, and you think like this platform actually gives a shit about the mental
Yeah,
health of any of its
holy fuck.
creators? Like
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm really sorry. Like I don't, like it just
Oh man,
no
I'm so mad now. You reminded me, Hans. Now I'm fucking mad.
no stop like
I
fucking
know. No
save
drama. No drama.
save it, Casey. Like just yeah no
I
it's not.
don't. The thing is, like, I'm not really arguing if they care. I'm arguing the
That they're going to do
benefits
some.
to caring.
It's
The benefits of caring do not outweigh the profits that they're currently getting now.
It's like the like the
Because they're still
like
growing.
because Janie, like if it was worth it monetarily, they probably would have done it by now. Like
Well, I don't think, like, it has been monetarily beneficial because Twitch has been
then they won't
amazing.
Exactly.
then they won't do it till it is like as simple as that.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
okay, okay, like but
Hey,
all right.
you want to, go outside the Washington Post and yell at them about it. Jeff Bezos owns them too.
Like but
Actually, you're in Britain, so you can't really do that. Fuck, my bad.
all right. Well, I think there's another person waiting to jump in. So Janie, this has been a nice talk. I'm sorry for being doomer at you, but like yeah, nothing's gonna
Thank
fucking
you.
change.
Okay.
It's nice talking to you. Nice meeting you.
Alright. Peace.
Peace.
Fuck me, that was bleak.